We up live. We up live. I am Soldier One. I am Source Energy. God King Malik with my God Kings. You know, we gonna represent a little love and peace because we want to talk about a few things. We got the God AcaciaJacc here with us to rep some facts of what we do, how we have to be building in this new process of this vibrational realm. So we just gonna chop it up about some things, and the subject will be. I mean, I want to let everybody introduce themselves first and foremost. You know what I'm saying? So I am Source Energy. God King, God Coach King Malik. You know what I'm saying? I am one of the universe's best examples of unlimited love and eternal power, and I play no games. We're here, my God Kings, here, my young God Kings, and my brother God AcaciaJacc. Let's get it. Y'all can introduce yourself. It's all good. Peace.
Oh yeah, man. I'm AcaciaJacc, man. Just simply, man. I'm for the people, man. I'm for whatever gonna help the people. Hey, hold on. Let me pause this real quick. So I gotta. My
Yeah.
cousin just showed him my dogs from the. They
All
finna
right.
go
That's
crazy.
what's up. Okay, that's what's up. So y'all can introduce yourself while he handling the business.
My name is King Son the First, Christ Creations. I will intend that y'all enjoying this.
Your
Much
mic is
love.
a little bit.
Okay.
Turn it down a little
All right.
bit. I mean, it's extremely clear. You clear it as a bell.
My name
Yeah.
is Amir McCullers, also known as the Amirsphere. I will that you all enjoy this content. Much love and appreciation to everyone who joins in.
Yes. All right. That's what's up.
Hello.
Yeah, we here.
Y'all can hear me?
Yeah,
Oh
we
shit.
back.
Like the screen.
Yo, some. He sound like he want to bite somebody. What kind of dog is that?
I can't hear him.
Yeah, you
Hey,
can't
bro,
hear.
you loud.
You can't hear me. You must have your thing on mute.
Hey,
I see me jumping. I see me jumping.
I'm live.
Can everybody hear me?
I can.
I'm
Yeah, I
trying to
think you're.
figure this out. This is
Yeah, you
crazy.
probably on mute because I can hear
Oh,
you.
there
I
you
can.
go. Y'all
Yeah,
can
we
hear
can
me?
hear.
Oh, I ain't
Yeah,
gonna.
we can hear you.
Hello.
Yeah, yeah.
Hey, put him in the room. Put him in the
What kind,
room.
what kind of dog is that?
Shut up. What are you? I can't hear them, but they can hear me. I know
Yeah,
it's
we.
crazy. Y'all tripping, bro. For real. Everybody about to go to the room. You, the dogs, everybody. Cause y'all acting like you don't see I'm on here. You being hella disrespectful. I can't hear y'all.
What kind of dog is that? You must have your thing on mute. You on mute? You on mute? You must have your joint on mute. Private chat. Okay.
Crazy. Since you so live, I will introduce you. No, I'm on somebody's stuff. This is my cousin and he's a soon as they see you, they gonna know. Soon as they see you, I can't hear you guys. Okay. He's a big old trickster. I might have to go out and come back.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me? Y'all can hear me, right? Oh yeah.
Yes, sir, I can.
Okay, so he had to come back in. I
Somebody
think
somebody from Facebook told you hello.
from Facebook. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings. Peace and blessings, Samantha. How are you? Hadn't heard from you in a minute. I will all is well with you and your family already. Already. Yep. Um,
Yeah, I can hear.
yeah, we can hear you now. Clearly.
Sorry. My house just erupted with chaos, man. My cousin showed up.
No problem. No, what kind of dog is that?
Oh, we got a chocolate lab and a pit bull and a pit bull and a Rottweiler.
Oh, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Samantha. Much love. We appreciate you showing up to check us out. We just on here just wanting to speak about a few things about sincere action. We got the God brother AcaciaJacc here with us with the God family, and we want to, first of all, send unlimited love and eternal peace and power to everyone who comes in contact with this. If it resonates with you, please, give us a like and a thumbs up. Share it with someone if it moves any part of your perception or anything, because we're just going to talk about, we're just going to come off the heart about things. It's scripted, none of that. We've got experiences, and we know we all just want to share. So this is a start of it. All right, all is well.
All is well.
Mm-hmm.
All is
Acacia, you can go ahead and introduce yourself because they did while you were handling the business. So we good.
Oh yeah, man. I'm AcaciaJacc, man. I'm for the people, but I work with the youth. I work with whoever needs my help, or who I can help, or who can help me. You feel me? I'm just for the people, man. For a movement, for a betterment. I want to see the youth. I want to see the youth win instead of lose, man.
Right. Beautiful energy too. We are, we have connected on the spiritual level to make sure that we use our experiences and things that we have gone through to assist the youth in a way that a lot of people are not really coming to. We want to just I'm very transparent about all the things. I realize that it is a must. I've had to be with my own seeds, but it's a must for me to be like this with the world. You know, when brothers like Acacia, myself, and quite a few others that we will definitely be bringing to the table, as well as just collabing with. You know, we got work to do. We got real work to do. You know what I mean? So
2023. That's the year to work, man. That's the Michael Jordan year. You feel me?
that's what's up. And then it's the number 7, so it's the
Yeah.
abundance. You know, it's everything for success, and you know, it's a blessing because I got 7 sons here with me. Then on the other side of things, I got 11 children here with me. You know, some very if you want to look at numbers that actually show some type of a blessing of love, I got all kind of lucky love numbers in the house, if you want to call them. But I command things to be what they are because the God power in me knows that on the subject matter, now that I am awakened in my source of knowing who and what I am, I really, really know, that we have to be sincere in our actions. I mean, the streets taught me, life taught me from code one, from day one on the block when I went off the porch. Sincere in actions is you're gonna see examples and you're gonna have to experience some things. So we all have our different reasons for how we move, but we can give some examples of what proves our sincerity. What is a process of what do you think being sincere in your actions is like? And things of that nature. Just throwing it around for a minute. Just sharing what you feel and what the code is to yourself in terms of being serious and sincere in your actions.
Naturally, I would believe sincerity is that you would do what you would do the same thing if they wasn't in your presence, or if you feel me. Like I feel obligated to help the youth because I was took from the streets at such a young age. So when I went to the joint, you get to the joint, you in a world of it's crazy. That's pretty much how I could. It's like being in the zoo, to be honest.
No
But
doubt.
and you see how it play out in the penitentiary, just like in the world, man. You got cats in there that's waiting for a little young cat to come through the door. They've been praying that some little young kid that don't know better come through the door because they there and that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna victimize them. And what I mean by sincerity in actions is, in prison, you taught to mind your business. You just like in the hood, you taught to mind your business, not speak, wooty whoop. You feel me? And then some of them principles and morals I still believe in, but I do also believe in this. I believe if I can interfere in a way that doesn't cross the boundaries of principles that I stand on, and that may not be right at all times. I'm not saying that I'm perfect, but I'm saying that if I could stop something by intervening and I'm in that situation and it could stop it being a whole nother situation, I'm going to intervene instead of stand there and watch it play out.
As we should, as we should. That's growth, though, bro. That's growth, and like you said, as a youth, we do things as youth, and we turned up depending on what our circumstances are, and we don't necessarily think as what as we should, and actually we're thinking exactly how we should based upon our environment most times. You know what I'm saying? And that's just factual. We can call it whatever we want, but most of us are in situations where we don't really have many choices other than what we do, and the result is here, but look at what has to happen. Look at what blessings you bring to the table as a result of going through that. Because what you told me early today, bro, like going up to the school and jumping out on all the game bangers, and then checking them to see if they really official for what they say, to let them know this is not a game, and you don't be out here playing games on the females as well. See, that's the type of stuff that needs to be happening right now, today, in all neighborhoods. Like we need to collectively get on these platforms, come together. You know where I am. I know where you are. We could easily find some place that needs the same thing. Because check it out. If you go on the news tomorrow at noon, you flip through the channels or whatever they are, and say if it's channel 2, channel 4, channel 7, whatever the channels they are, because I don't watch the shit, but this I verified before I, moved away from that. It's stories on each channel that's pretty much the exact same thing. And what is even more interesting is when I lived a state over from my mom in the South, okay, I would call her and ask her what's on the news. They will be reporting the same exact type of situation in different places at the same time. So they knew that they have frequency times. They put fear in the frequency. They know when to promote it. That's why they got these certain times that they do it. It's at a peak time in the morning. It's at a time in the middle of the day, and then they got it before you go to rest. They make sure that they fill you with the fear shit, and they put one little tweaking story in there about a fireman that got a cat out of a tree or some shit to make it seem like they're filtering in, but it's not. That's not what they're doing. So being sincere in actions is like all of us changing, paying attention, recognizing that right there, the false shit that's been really put into place, and being for real about how we move. Because like you said, we're in places where we have to do shit now. Like if we want to affect the youth, we're gonna have to do something. Because the dope man, he'll pull up with the 50 foes on his whip, top down bumping, and he ain't got to do nothing. He just got to show up and throw the bag. You know what I'm saying? We got to do something different. We got to affect them from a different. We can still show up on the 50 foes. Dig what I'm saying? We can still do all of that, but we got to be from a whole different consciousness, because all of that comes from a perception. All that material shit comes from a thought process anyway. We get them on the process of thought, and they realize that it does not take you to jeopardize your life to actually get to the point of what you see someone else with. We have different ways to go about it. I'm sincere in my action by doing it. You know the seeds, you know the kings, you know my intentions. What I intend to do is be the example. I'm very sincere in every action that I take. My word has to be impeccable. I don't take anything personally anymore, because I realize that man, don't nobody know nothing. Everybody was giving the wrong thing. I was just telling my 70-year-old auntie just a minute ago before we got on the fly. That's what took me so long to get out here. I was talking to her, and we were, she came over for a second, and it's amazing, man, how indoctrinated people are from all of that old stuff. Nobody knew nothing correct. So we really out here naked, butt naked. You really got to trust your intuition. And me learning to trust my intuition make me know that the only way, like you say in the pen, you don't have a choice but to ride right or you die. You know what I'm saying? That's the rules. You know what I'm saying? It's not, or if you survive, when you get out, you're so troubled with PTSD and all the things that you went through in there, you probably gonna die when you get on the streets. And it's the same thing. You know what I mean? It's like it's rules to everything. And I really feel like, I used to say this, especially after I had my experience. I feel like everybody who can't be told something needs to really have an experience in the penitentiary. You know what I'm saying? Like for real, something in that aspect, because I know I was that you can't be told nothing. It was going to be life or death for me. The penitentiary woke my ass up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Made me realize, okay, this is a serious process. This
Oh,
is,
yeah.
and then me being there for the time I was there, I got to see several people lose their lives, and I got to see several people take their own lives, because of situations outside they, couldn't, handle not being. So, you spent 24 years there, bro. Like you got,
20, 24 years and 6 months.
so yeah, so you got experiences way past a day is too much. You know what I'm saying? I mean, for what we do, like we have to pay our dues, but I feel like everything is payable by the spirit of the inner being, because whatever we do we're going to pay for, if you behind bars or not. It's just that the good ones of us have to go and deal with it, because we got stuff to do in this physical realm. That's the reason, because you know how turned up you was. The average person like you could probably go visit some graves, because I got average cats that I used to fuck with, and I could like I tell my seeds all the time, I could take y'all to the grave. I could take y'all to where the corpse is, where the body lays, no action of no nothing, but I can show you where the memory is. You dig what I'm saying? And that's not cool. But to live through and to know that you've gone through some things that the real for real, that puts you above average. That puts me above average. And for the creator in me to recognize and understand that as long as I'm sincere to my actions, I'll get the result of this. I'm really proud of the fact that I have people that trust me. I'm grateful that my seeds, what is connected to me could actually vibrate outside of what I have created, co-created, and attract brothers, guys like yourself. I'm grateful that we could even recognize that we are out here and we have to really dominate the energy, bro. We got to, really just keep summoning each other. That's what has to happen. Those of us that are really willing to do something for the youth, we have to just come together and, like, don't we call on whoever we call on. We put the information out, but those of us who are dead serious, we do the work. Hey, take two steps every time.
Yeah.
Something's gonna happen, right?
You also got to look at it like this, man. We got that warrior. We connect on that warrior. When it comes to the clan, I know where I fit in the clan. I ain't the councilman type, really. You feel me? But I mean, at the end of the day, like when we sum up everything that I hear people talk about, whether it's relationships with the black man and the black woman, when it comes down to our culture and our people, the one topic that a lot of people like me and you popping about it, I ain't gonna lie, like seeing a black man with 13 kids and he's handling his business. You feel me? I grew up on the Cosby Show, so I had never seen nothing like that. So when you watch the Cosbys back in the day, that was the epitome of what you never seen. You looking like, man, I ain't never seen no nigga house like that. But you wish your house was like that. You feel me? And when I got to talking to Ruler and shit, and I met you feel me? That's the energy I got. Like for me, you can't go in the store these days and be like, let me get some Black Love incense. You can in the hood, but you can't go to Walmart and be like, yeah, let me get that Black Love incense. Anybody from the 70s, 60s to 2000s that grew up in the hood, mama or grandma burning some Black Love incense. You feel me? And I think what we don't spend enough time on is we talk about relationships, but we don't talk about the black man and the black woman can't coexist right until we get back to the understanding that we need to get to know family first. You feel me? You got to protect every black woman as if it was your sister first before you get to know her as a woman on her own. You feel me? And when we do that, less of the shit that we go through as a culture and as a people will go through, because you'll protect every black woman as your sister. So naturally you're gonna be protected. Hold on, bro. You getting too loud, homie. What's going on over here? Even if it ain't really your business. And what ends up that sets a pace, just like gangs set a pace, and this is what you think gang culture is. But like when we sum it down, man, everything that stands up for the people, whether it's gang members, black politicians that's really for the people, presidents, you know, when you stand up, you get that sense of protection, and people deal with you different, and they begin to understand that you can't just be stepped on, and you can't do this and you can't do that. And that's what we need to get back to. Family and sincerity in actions is in family, because we all was raised like that.
That's right. That's right. It's amazing, and you're right. All we got to do is get back to the foundation of things, because we are definitely the leading edge of what is the result or what is the cure for our situation. Us making decision to go ahead and do something just like that. And I'm grateful that I'm recognized, and I'm grateful that my seeds, like I said, would even be able to put out the energy from what they received from me. But what's destined is destined. I feel like they came to me way before they were in physical form, because all my imaginary friends seem to have showed up, and that's my children. And like I said, what we're doing right now is major, and I really appreciate the support, man. And that's the reason why I know that we're supposed to make a difference. We're here to make a difference. We're here to really impact the world. Not just, I mean, it's interesting. We come on these platforms, and we might get a couple of people that come up on live, but it'll be few people come by, and they give a few likes, and people, you could tell who's been on and check it out and whatnot. And a lot of people really, as long as we bring some bullshit, if we could, like my son said the other day, if we put a video of some dogs on there or something, just some simple stuff, we'll probably get likes all day. But as long as we talking, what we're speaking about in terms of really bringing power to the table, it's kind of shunned by most of the platforms that are attempting to get views and not really share the conscious information. So I'm just like this. Regardless, I'm really one that knows about the process of energy. We agree. We became a mastermind alliance and energy. We control what we do, what is around. Whatever we decide to do is what we're going to get the result of. Period. Point blank. I'm 54 years old, and my everyday proves that. My everyday, I'm not asking for anything. I'm commanding everything now. I've started doing that for a minute. I was doing intentions. I will things into existence. I've been willing for a minute, but you know, a few things happened recently with me having because I'm sincere with my actions and I have to deal with how the universe responds to that. I've learned a few things, and in that, it shifted me from like a whole different space to a whole different level of God power where now I look at everything as this a form of me. Like everything, whatever the circumstance is that I'm dealing with, like we were speaking earlier, all the energy that I don't like, I know what I don't like about me. I take my ass to the mirror and check myself a lot, but I have to though. I have to. I have to. It's not like if I didn't, I would be, more dangerous than I am. I'd be dealing with a stronger vibrational pull. You dig what I'm saying? So I've had to, lock it in. But like being sincere to actions, I had to deal with my mom. I'd be dealing with my mom all the time, and her memory is not that well. And because she believes the way she does, she gets a little combative at times. And she doesn't even realize it because I know how to diffuse shit now, and I back up and I come back around, come back to it. She won't even mention anything. She won't know anything. So I don't say anything. I've learned, and I've always been the one to quick off respond, like on everything. My actions, I'm sincere on everything. Like I'm going to respond. I'm not going to just let you think that I didn't hear you or I don't respect what you're saying or I do respect what you're saying. I'm going because we're not going to go back through this. But man, I got so much in my place, man. Like I said, me being sincere and wanting the best for my mom and my father, and me dealing with my ego and shit and being a caregiver, I had to shut my ego all the way down and realize my mother is definitely in need of my assistance with how I communicate with her, how I respond to her, how I receive the shit she says, because in my life, the only person that could affect me has been my mom because I ain't really play no games with no females. You know what I'm saying? My wife got to the point where she could do that because she's the only female that I really chose to deal with. But I understand now that no person is perfect, especially when I look in that mirror. So sincere in actions, like you said, it's when you're not there. It's like everything you do is a loyal situation. It's being loyal to yourself. Sincere. My actions for me is being in that mirror, making sure I check in, making sure I'm loyal to the things that I say. What I put up is what you're gonna get. What I say is what you're gonna get. If I have to change, if something changes, it's not gonna be no after the fact. I call you a day later, yo, my bad, dog. I should have no. I'm doing everything in my power to hit you up way before you have to readjust or I have to readjust anything because it's a communication process. And that's sincere in all actions to yourself first. We did a live the other day, and the main objective is, going inside yourself, like going inside yourself, knowing the first thing you're gonna have to do in order to have any good relationships or help be a good parent, have a good relationship, female children, sons, daughters, whatever, you got to stay in the mirror on your ass. And if you like me, see, man, I gotten older, bro. I see all my flaws. You know what I'm saying? I see them. I see them every time they show up. I can eat because I've been dealing with the shit for a long time, different things. And I then looking around, I see clones of myself. They do the shit that I don't want, that I've been, all the stuff that I never wanted to do. I see them doing it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I have to really adjust. And it's not their fault. It's just they naturally going doing some of the shit that I do. You know what I mean? And that's the attitude, that's the energy, that's the turn up, that's all of that. And I know that us being all in the same place, we really have to, balance that. So I do my best to balance my love out because there's enough love to go around, especially when they know you love them. Because these dudes and my daughters, they know I love them. It ain't no question. Like if they don't know, then it will be something wrong with them, like mentally, emotionally, I would be able to override that because I am God. I know that I'm source energy, as you are, as we all are on this panel, and we have to move like that. I ain't asking for nothing, man. I'm not asking nobody for nothing. I'm commanding that the energy and the love and the power that I have is overriding everything. So the will of my intent is already taken care of. Because it's been like that. It's just that we don't, man, we go through some shit. Like I know your family was going through some things and, a lot of stuff, the war stuff that's going on in your area and stuff like that. I could feel it in the stress. I could feel it in your voice when I hear from you in the few little words that you say, or even in the text. But I'm like this, bro. Like, I've gathered this because I got responsibilities with these seeds, and I look at them like, and all children to me look like my children now. When I see,
Guaranteed.
you know what I'm saying? They all look like mine, all
Guaranteed.
shades. It's interesting. I got light complected, dark complected, medium complected, all of them. So all children look like mine to me. And when I go around little children and it doesn't matter about no culture or what they call race or whatnot, because I don't. It's one human race, bro. And these little babies don't know no different. They all act the same when they little. They got the same kind of beautiful energy, and we come tainting shit. I have the desire to make sure that we put the balance on it. That we at least be sincere in the action of being, hey, yeah, we all some, we all really, really went through some things. Like Kai, blessings, Kai. We all have been through some things, like, especially you and I. And my seeds have gone through some things as a result of being in my life. You dig what I'm saying? And so I'm just grateful. Like I said, we are in a different space, and we have the opportunity to, share something different and change it, fix it, because everything can be worked. Everything can be worked. You know what I'm saying? Everything can be adjusted. I do believe in the word we speak is what we get in result. You know what I'm saying? We get the result from that. We are the response. We get the response to how we seeing this everything, how we moving. And because my power like that, I'm not gonna go against it no more. My intuition is like on 100,000%. It's up. My empathy is up even more. I know how to be compassionate to some. I know how to have more compassion to somebody. I would have slapped their head off if they would have even got in my range. So I'm grateful that my life is different, and I'm grateful that I was destined to survive, because had I not been, I would have been gone. Because the things that I've survived have been real, and that's what I tell my kings. Don't go out here playing with this energy. You must be sincere in your actions, because the universe is going to pay you.
You know what I was gonna say, big bro? I heard this. My bro told me this story when we was in the joint one time, man. And I'm gonna lace you in the why I'm gonna tell you this story. You know, my mom lost her memory. She had dementia. She had dementia when she passed away, and I had to go through that whole phase of walking in the room and realizing she didn't know who I was. That shit broke my heart. But I want to get back to what I said earlier about us getting back to family. I mean, what you doing is really what everybody should do. Because if you think about it, your mom and your father change your diapers. They take care of you when you can't take care of yourself. And there's going to be a point in life when they can't take care of themselves. And it should be your duty as them being your mother and your father.
It
You feel
is.
me? Not even your duty. If you just got love in your heart, you should you should you
You
should
should
be
feel
you should want to
responsible.
do it. But
Yeah, like that.
but but more than anything, that's what I mean by we need to get back to family, is because my mom and my dad and my mom, I did take care of my mom with my dad, but my mom and my dad should know that they ain't got to worry about a stranger having to do the things that they need done for them, because they should know that they've earned that just by having me and birthing me and taking me through
Right,
life and getting me through life.
right,
So I'm
right.
gonna tell you this story. I'm gonna tell you this story. It goes in for life. Well, we was in the pen and everything. My homie was like, "You ever heard the story about the fighter pilot in the parachute packer?" And I'm like, "Nah, what the fuck is the what was a fighter pilot in the parachute packer? What kind of story is gonna come from?" He's like, "I'm about to tell you. Well, there was this fighter pilot, and he was famous for gunning planes down, and he had all the maneuvers. He was the guy, but he never ever he was real disrespectful to anybody that wasn't a fighter pilot. So one day he got shot down, and he pulled his eject button. They shoot him out. His parachute open, and he gets back, and he's walking. He's walking to get on the plane the next day, and he's talking to this dude. He's like, "Man, I almost got gunned down yesterday, man. I'm just glad my parachute open, because some people parachute don't open and they don't make it." And he said, "Well, what do you do?" He said, "Oh, I was the guy who packed your parachute yesterday." So think of that when it comes down to your parents and what they need, because you got to think at the end of the day, they packed your parachute at one time. You feel me? So you should rightfully pack theirs right.
No doubt.
And
That's a
but
good
you can
story.
use that story in life. In
Yeah,
life, you should always treat people respectfully, because you don't know what they might be doing that you don't know about that helps your every day out. You don't know if
or
that's
your
the cat who
children,
keeps me
or yeah, like something.
guaranteed.
Yeah, the universe is amazing, man, and that's a very good example of how the universe works because paying it forward is a sincere thing. Like really, like doing honor to your family, your children, your loved ones, your elders especially, because I tell my children that all the time. Like I got a young king here. He probably about to sign in here in a minute. But young McMahon, he's like always telling me like, you ain't gonna never have to do nothing. I'm gonna take care of you. I'm gonna be your caregiver. And I look, man, I tell him, I know that I don't doubt that for 1 second, but I don't want them to think that, I'm gonna be living my life because they looking at me having to have my parents, and that's all they see is us and our experience because they're in our face with it. So obviously they would think, okay, maybe parents get older and this is what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to take care of them because I'm training. I'm my intuition or my influence is, hey, take care. Y'all see what I'm doing. So he says that, a lot. He says that. So what I'll do is I'll like, tell him, man, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna live a very strong and healthy life, very, very positive and strong with the love and the positive spirit and I'm gonna be strong. And what's gonna happen is I'm gonna get up in age and I'm not gonna need a caregiver. I'm gonna just make my transition when the time comes and I'm gonna stand up on mine. I'm not gonna put what my parents have put, and they didn't put it off on me intentionally because it wasn't like a put off on me type thing. You know what I'm saying? I look at my parents like, dang man, they didn't get to do in life what they wanted to do. Because my mom, I hear it in her voice. She still wants to do certain things, and I'm like, dang, I literally got to go to make a transition with some things that she will not be able to do because it's just not enough time. You know what I'm saying? And and just looking at the structure of things, and I'm saying everything's possible but just based upon what is how it looks. But I just advocate the fact that we can set our minds to be happy, man. I want to just make sure that what I'm doing is the honorable thing to my parents, because like you said, you got to pack their parachute right, man. You know what I'm saying? And they did. My mom did a lot for me. Like when she didn't know, she was the first thing. She was the first God I knew. Her and my father were the first gods I ever knew, and to me, they still the first gods I ever knew. I'm now in presence of who I am in terms of that position, because my mom told me very young that I could do whatever I set my mind to, and she put that in my head really early, bro. And I promise you, I can do everything I set my mind to. I ain't never failed at nothing that I set my mind to. Now I've given up on some shit, like because it wasn't like giving up. I was like, I ain't interested in that enough, and then I won't pursue it. But everything that I set my mind to, that's everything. That's like me pursuing a career, education, like females, like relationships, the hustle, the hustle. I'm really good at the hustle. Like I've been good on the block. That's been one of the second natures to me. I think I got that from my father because he, just dead hustler, like straight up. So I'm just natural for certain things to just be in your DNA, like So I'm really grateful, but the biggest thing is I learned early that the only thing that's carrying me now, that what you see is the fact that I learned from my experiences that the action, yeah, man, you got to be sincere. Your word got to mean everything. You can't be out here pausing. You end up, I've like I said, it's a lot of dead. I know a lot of dead. Have a lot of dead energy fields that I was affiliated with. You know what I'm saying? Like riding in the car with them every day for years. So you can relate.
Guarantee. Shit, hey, I could go. I could drive 2 minutes from my house right now. I got homies I've been going to see since I was 11, 12, 13 years old. Dead. They was dead by then. You feel me? And I got more that they've been burying them so much lately. That shit, you know what I'm saying? I don't even like to talk about it. Nigga, nerves are still bad from just how many calls in the last 2 years I've been free. I done got where my personal friends have been, you know what I'm saying? The life done caught up to them. And, at the end of the day, like your kids motivate me, like seeing them, I be seeing them, man, and how smart they are. Like I always tell you, like that. I left at 17, but before that, I was in juvenile prison from the age of 13. I've been locked up every year of my life since the age of 13 until I was 40. You feel me? And like when I look at them and I see that they mind states, you feel me? And I understand where my mind was when I was 17. Like when I look at Little Ruler and I be like, man, when I was 17, I was waking up in the morning like either somebody gonna kill me today or I'm gonna knock my man down, one of the two. But this is what I was waiting. I'm being honest.
No
That's what
doubt.
I woke up to. I woke up. That's really what my motivation was. Like my life was like, it was fun, but it was, my life was fun because I was living to die. So I was smoking
Right.
weed and I was drunk every day, and every minute was exciting. But
Right.
I understand now that I'm mature. Every minute was exciting because I was living the last minutes of my life out.
Right. Right. You know.
Feel me? It's like if somebody told you got an hour to live, you're going to try to jam everything in that hour you ain't did. You're going to try to make everything a minute exercise. You feel a minute drill. I'm going to get 100 minutes out of this,
Yeah.
60
No
minutes.
doubt.
You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get 60 things out of this.
No
And
doubt.
what I understand is how powerful they are. You feel me? Because it wasn't powerful for me to be running around with a gun. Everybody can get a gun. Everybody can shoot somebody. You feel me? I might have had a different mind state where I was into that. You feel me? Where I that was my everyday. You feel me? But I also don't sleep right today for my demons. You feel me? Because
Right.
when you
Right.
take lives and you do bad things, it haunts you. Motherfuckers get on. I watch cats get on IG and they talk tough. They talk tough all the time, and I be looking at them and I could tell like,
That
you
ain't the
ain't been
truth.
through it.
No,
You
that
ain't.
ain't the
You
truth.
ain't.
That's the
You
truth.
don't
I'm
know what
telling
happens. Yeah, you don't know what happens after the hammer bang and a whole bunch of hammers
you.
after the first one bang. You feel me? And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the whole cycle of getting all the way to prison. It's just hammers banging the whole way there, and it's your head and ass that they banging them on. You feel me?
Yeah.
But
No doubt.
like when I see Lil Ruler and them, this shit let me know you got a house full of everything great that we could be as a people and as a culture. You feel me? So I feel
Yeah.
like it was
Man.
destined for me to be in their life because I feel like knowing that I was taken at such a young age and I allowed myself to be taken at such a young age. You feel me? That it's my duty to protect them and to guide them. You feel me? And I think maybe I'll break that down. You hear him on this thing to the room.
No, I salute. I salute.
And what ends up happening, I lost my train of thought. But
No, I salute.
I feel like I
I
gotta
salute.
protect them.
Yeah.
But I got it, what I was about to say is when we get back to family, we'll start understanding that as adults, as a man and a woman that has kids or doesn't have kids, it's our job to guide them and protect them. It might not be our job to interfere, only if something's gonna go wrong, but it's
Right.
our job to guide them.
Do the
Meaning,
best we
my
can.
partner
Yeah.
got a son and I don't got kids, and my partner got two jobs, and I know his son's a hooper. I should make some time for me to take his son to hoop
Yeah. That's real. That's real.
because I'm helping the village out when I do that.
Right.
You feel
Right.
me? That ain't me being extra. That's me doing my job. And that's
Nah.
when we get back
Yeah.
to family, we get back to the tribe, and we get back to the village, and we get back to the clan. And
Man.
I understand this. When you break that down, we all fit in the tribe somewhere. And I know where I fit. I'm with the Warriors. That's just me. Whether we standing up in
Yeah.
peace or where we going down in war, I'm with all that.
Yeah.
But
No, we have to be.
as long as I know that the war that we fight, whether it's with mind or sword,
Hmm.
is to ensure that the youth of my people
Keep
is
going.
as great as they was before I ever knew what we got today. You feel me? Like the Egyptians that I read about, like the African, the Zulus, all the people that we read about, we forget about how strong and how great we really are. You feel me? And it's sad to tell you
Yo.
that I had to learn how great I was when I was sitting behind bars. And it's a blessing every day to pop it with you because as we speak, I'm out on the street. I had a 2037 release date.
That's a
You
blessing,
feel
man.
me? So I'm
Yeah, I
I'm
know it's divine
13.
intervention, bro. It's divine intervention. This whole situation, like we about the masses are about to feel what the God energy does, like sincerely, because I appreciate what you just said. You just brought back a very fond memory because and what we should do as men. Because another thing that makes me respect my father so much, even though a part of my life I didn't have him in my life. Let me tell you something in the neighborhood, just like you said, this man got two jobs. I got time. And I know this is my man's son. I can take him the ball. It was a lot of single moms in the neighborhood, even when I was younger. But my father would make sure that the children in the neighborhood, we would be playing football, and he would be the coach. Like he would be the,
Where
the,
you
the
going?
quarterback for both sides, and he would play in the street with us, and he'll take us to the park. And I'm talking about that's what it's about, family. Because same thing, when I grew up in Detroit, like you could walk down the street. If you do something you're not supposed to, you're gonna get dealt with. And then it's gonna be known before you get to the house. It was like they had cell phones. They damn near talk telepathically. You know what I'm saying? Because you're gonna the
Yeah, with
information.
ass whoopings.
Yeah, no doubt. And then when you get home, if you did something and a neighbor had to get at you, it's not like now you can't say too much to too many people, children, because they gonna flip. But then you get your ass whooped by the neighbor, and the neighbor pass you off to your parents, and they whoop your ass too, and they whoop you for real because of the fact that they disciplined you major because you're disrespecting the name. Our names meant everything. Our families meant something. Our cultures meant something. The way we carry ourselves, the older men were not trying to hear children running around like especially the men who had sons in the neighborhood. The men who had sons were sons to the children who didn't have dads as well, especially in the neighborhood. That's what it was. You know what I'm saying? It was always an older man in the neighborhood that might build skates or do something. And they build skateboards, do something. It's always a couple of people in the neighborhood. It's always a lady that you can go get candy. There's always somebody in our neighborhoods, in our culture, that's looking out for the youth in some kind of way. They know that, shit is against them. You know what I'm saying, against us. And we just have to come up like that. So I say in sincere actions, I know what we have to do, man. It's 555 right now. I just had to recognize the angel times. But yeah, we in one right now. We own one. We have to do what we have to do. I'm all the way live with it. And like I said, the action of what you see is the action of me really being present and me checking myself. Because believe me, I don't say it's been hard. It hasn't been easy, but it hasn't been hard. I'm not saying it like that because I realize what my position is, but when I was going through it, the shit felt hard. Like it been plenty times that I've stressed the hell out, not knowing where anything is coming from. Can't do the hustles I used to do because I can't chance my freedom. So certain things I got to go off the hip. You know what I'm saying? And in the middle of the night, up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, from 12 to 3 or 4 to damn near break, praying and doing all kind of rituals. This is before I became I am, like doing all these things to just ask for, please let this work, but bro. And I realized that the love that I have for my seeds and for this family has shown through so much that I came to the consciousness of I am. That's the reason why I'm able to have the influence and effect on them, because I got out the way, man. I pushed the ego out the way because they was up. Look, man, I had them up when they was 3 and 4 years old. They was up doing prayer with me, like 3 o'clock in the morning, at night, whatever. They working with me, like whatever it was. But then I started seeing how stressful it was. And if you are seeking something that's supposed to make you better in life, it shouldn't be stressful. I literally woke up on my 40th birthday, no more bound down to anything. I am. I just have to get inside myself and figure out who the hell I am, why I don't feel like this is necessary anymore, why, the shift of things and all my intentions are coming, because I'm intending to find out the truth. And I'm feeling like what I'm doing is getting further and further from what I feel is truth. And I do respect it. Like I said, it was a truth that I needed to get me to here. And I feel like all of it's necessary because it's very necessary. It's very necessary for discipline. It's very necessary for structure. It's very necessary for the way this thing is set up. And when you get conscious and you get awake, you realize that's just the education, like the history books you read, like the everything. And you don't read a history book all the time. You read a history book 1 or 2 times, depends on if you want to study the shit or if you just want to know something. So reading a Quran, reading a Bible all the time makes no sense to me. Like it makes no sense. It's like we know what we're supposed to. We know, and the Bible is the book that everybody's been reading the most, and hasn't got no fucking change. And it's no disrespect to it because it's a lot of history. It's a lot of good information in there that just are principle based, but they stole the principles from an original place that the principles are the same regardless.
It's a great story. It's a great story.
It's a great story, but you gotta be conscious.
It got some truth in it.
Yeah,
it got its own truth in it.
Yeah, they definitely had to do, because it is what it is. All the states of you are God, you create, you're getting what you put out, all of that, it's just it's some very truths in it. We just have to go with the intuition. And I've gotten to the point where I realize I've lived through some things. I've lived through the gun battle as well, man. And I realized that it's about you. It's about you knowing you being you. We're the deciding factors. We're the creators. We're creating all the like you were 17, you were a hell of a creator because you were creating a real serious experience so that you can come out and do some serious work. You dig what I'm saying? Because this work is more this work what you're doing is probably more severe and harder than the shit you were doing to get to where you had to get the knowledge of. Because you know how many people died in the
Yes.
24 years that you were gone. Like shit, man. Come
Oh
on,
man,
bro.
I didn't listen. Remember you talking about suicide? I remember when I was 17, I had just got to the joint. They had me in IMU when I was 17 because I stabbed somebody in the throat in the county jail. Good. But they had me in IMU, which is intensive management status. I didn't even know. I thought I was going to regular receiving. They got me cuffed up. I'm like, damn, this is what receiving look like? They're like, no, this is the hole. I'm like, off the muzzle, this is where I'm at? Like, so boom, I'm doing my stuff. But I remember I looked out my window one day, and you know, sometimes if you've been to the joint, you'll have a cell in the hole looking straight into another motherfucking cell. You feel me?
Mhm.
I watched this white boy. He had to be probably like 250 pounds. But you know, back in the day, they used to give us regular the dun Fruit of the Loom draws got that elastic in them.
Mhm.
And if you braid that elastic, if you braid the elastic like a braid, it becomes like a noose. It
Yeah,
becomes
yeah,
strong.
right.
You
It's
can't
all right.
break it. Well, I watched. I ain't gonna lie to you. I watched this white boy braid this to where he could tie it through the vent, and he had to be like 6'2". He was big, and he got it to where he could pull it over his head. And remember, it's just like a noose. As soon as you let it go,
Yeah,
I've seen them. I done made them. It'll choke you to death.
yeah,
And he hung himself. I watched him. He was purple in the face, hanging up there. And I remember when they cut him down and bring him out on the tier. I remember from the start to the finish, and in my mind, like I couldn't stop watching because it was like unbelievable. It's the first time
yeah.
in my life. But
That
and,
just
and as far as and the craziest shit is the whole time it just registered on his face when I was watching. Like even from that distance, like you could tell in his face he checked out. Like there wasn't no coming back from it. It wasn't that he wanted to get caught. He really was gone.
right, right.
You feel me? And I
Yeah.
still see that shit in my sleep. I ain't gonna front. But
Yeah. No, you don't those things don't go.
the
I've seen it.
kids see it. You know what I'm saying? Getting out of prison. And you know, just like Ruler and them, they could get on live and you could pop it and you could think because they young, they missing, but they see it. You feel me? So like me being in there and understanding the laws of the land in prison to when you come in as a kid, when you come into prison as a kid, I was 165 pounds. I came into prison with cellies that already had life without. They was already 250. They was 40 years old,
Right,
big. They was goons. You feel me? So it's scary. You feel me? You looking at it, you like, damn, I automatically got a knife. You feel me? I had to make one of those as soon as I got here. I had to bang that out ASAP. So you sitting up in here like, damn, I gotta have a knife. Ain't nothing popped off, but if I gotta have a knife, then that means it's gonna pop off. If a motherfucker's telling you gotta have it, you know. And then when you see it, you get out here. When I be dealing with the youth, and you feel me, and you get to pop it with them, it's just like seeing yourself, just like you said. It's just like seeing yourself. You see how talented they is, but yet you understand that they've been living in a world where they don't think that they got a chance. You know,
right, right,
if
right.
that makes any sense.
No, I get it. I get it. We we have to set boundaries. What we're doing now, like what you have to do for your seeds because of what you went through, and for you to come in contact with the fact that you know and you're willing to get out here and just do it for any and all the youth, and that's what we're here for. Like we're all one and the same. Like you look in the mirror, you seeing yourself. You look in my eyes, you seeing you. The closer you get to me, when you're looking at me physically, you start to see you. You'll see me until you get close to see the reflection in the eyes. Then you're gonna see yourself. You'll know that you me, man. You me. I don't care how light or dark or how tall or small or any of that. Or even when you're looking at females, you're looking at other entities. When you're looking at plants, I mean, you can see the life in them and know that that is us. We are one with all of that we see, all of that we have contacted with. And now I'm at this point. We did a live the other day about should you love your enemy? You know what I'm saying? And I say, no, I'm just in a conscious point of things. I just know you should be conscious of who your enemy is. And you should definitely not. I can't say love your enemy, because if you show love to your enemy, you gave them the upper hand and to be able to do whatever. And that's the idea of love kind of gives you a, kind of makes you a little loose in a sense. You might let some shit get by if you let somebody, if you think you love them or something. I say you don't have to hate your enemy. I wouldn't love them. I just have to know my enemy, and then I'm going to do things into the universal, realm that if I really have an enemy, they're going to show themselves, and then I'm going to do things to make them either become a part of the friendship part, or they're going to dissipate. They're going to disappear, or they're going to come to the table and they're no longer going to be an enemy, because an enemy is not an enemy forever, especially if you're dealing with yourself. Because if you know that that's you, that's how I look at it. That's why I'm not going to hate my enemy, but I don't love the part of myself that's fucked up. I want to deal with it. That's messed up. I want to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to
Real talk.
out of
Real
myself,
talk.
and I'm gonna deal with that, and I'm gonna take responsibility for knowing that I had to attract it. I had to see it in order to deal with it. If I don't see it, and I might carry it to a situation where it's really important for me to proceed or succeed at something, and that energy show up in me because I didn't deal with it when I saw it. Now I don't get the success of what it is I was actually working for. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm in the space where now, yeah, this is what I do. I see my enemy. I know who my enemy is. I don't pray for my enemy. I put powerful energy forward into the universe. I state intentions and I command that the part of me that is the enemy to me becomes in balance with the universe, becomes in balance with the universe. I'm one with the universe. It comes in balance with the universe. It can't be my enemy no more. Even if it don't like me, it can't be my enemy, but I've diffused it. And then most times, man, you know what, bro? I ain't like you before, man, but I apologize, bro. That kind of stuff takes place. You know what I'm saying? Because we move this. I move things in the universe to work for me. I know that to be the case. I know that. That's why I'm able to maneuver with this, and that's why since I understand that now, I utilize that over everything. Like all the power that I have, I've been able to deal with my mom better, my wife. Now, being in a relationship with one woman, it takes some very, very it takes some stability with yourself. You know what I'm saying? Because one woman really, I don't think, well, I can say mine does, but one woman really does not have the capability to handle the average alpha man, like for real. It's just that above average men can decide to be a certain way or not. You dig what I'm saying? Because it's not like I'm supposed to have to fight off the urge to be with women because that's what men do. But respectfully, when you get into a relationship where you have a goddess that will respect and handle their part, then that's, you know, I just, in the time that I have had plenty of situations where, we don't have the same understanding, belief, and shit like that. And we don't get along good. And women, they come and go, like for real. I had enough before I had any of these children. I had enough relationships, enough situations with women to let me know that, okay, this is gonna be a business relationship. Love, you can be in love, but that love shit is the questionable when it comes down to the things that really have to be done. When things hit the fan, when responsibilities show up, love don't really pay no bills. Love don't really, solve no urges. It be other things that do that. It be the things that action.
Love, love, love get tricky when shit get tight. Love
Oh
get
yeah,
tricky.
yeah. Love turns into a whole different definition. So I look at it like business. I'm not just gonna fail on my business partner. I'm not gonna fail on my business itself and myself because I'm wanting to be successful at everything I intend or attempt to, or when I command it, it is going to work. So I'm not, so I look at it like that. I've had to really adjust my way of being and thinking just to deal with women in general, because this didn't start with my wife. This started with my mom. Like, you know that dealing with every. Have you ever had any woman that you've dealt with that's been like, come on, man? I have not. I've dealt with a lot of females, and I love my mom to death. My mom, man, I saw the shit. I saw the stuff that my mom was doing early on in my life, that not intentionally, but because she has emotions she's dealing with. Sometimes they do emotions deal, and then the men that when they back then, especially, I'm the only child. My father, I look like my father. She even would mean mug me and be, like look too much like, yeah. I'm like, I
I
don't
went
have
through the
that.
same.
I know, like
I
you.
went
So
through the
you,
same shit.
so you feel me? It's like, but those of us, we do go through that. Like that's what we go through as a result of dealing with women, because women who are going through something and they don't realize it. Like I said, I grew up and realized now that, man, nobody had nothing right. I ain't mad at my mom. I'm grateful that she didn't, kill me. I'm grateful because it's a lot of women that drowned and killed their children because they couldn't handle it, certain things, and they kill their children another way by being, addicted to things and having different men around them. Some women bought other men in their houses, and they men mess with their children, their daughters and stuff, and they didn't believe them because they wanted so much to have a man. A lot of women have ruined situations, and men too. I'm not putting it all off on women because it's a structure in our culture. You dig what I'm saying? But I know we can make a difference dealing with the kings, the gods. We can be the example to the gods, and once we do that, and they have the masculine understanding and the feminine understanding in the sense of the compassion, the being respectful, to being loyal to the man as well as the woman, yourself first. Once we can instill that, once we are the example of that consistently, and we in front of each other, getting into differences and diffusing them right there at the same time, like, because nobody's life is worth, an argument. Nobody's life is worth a promiscuous female because we couldn't communicate, or, you know, being pit against each other. We're all that stress about like females playing they babies' daddies because they know they think they have some kind of power with it, but they're sick themselves. They got sicknesses going on. You know what I'm saying? So we got to get in. We got to be the upper hand. We got to be the upper men. We got to be bigger than the bull crap that we deal with. To make any differences, we're gonna have to come to the table. I'm not on no simp. I'm not saying accept things that we know that men cannot accept to get progress done. I'm saying be more understanding of the things that we have actually gone through. Be more understanding because we don't have it right. Don't none of us we the blueprint is fucked up. The one that they gave us is not right. The one that they showed us is not right. The one that they have on the surface is not right. The one that's right is the one that's way back there that they never told us about. We got to figure that out ourselves. And you know where you got it from? Your ancestors. Them dreams you be having, them feelings
Guaranteed.
you be having. That's where we getting it from.
That's why they got us. That's why they got us separated from identity.
Right, right. So we gotta step back into it. And when we know that we are the I we when we know we're the only I am, and we're responsible for our actions, and being angry about something, looking at the next man and hating him just because he looked at you different, or because we're from different places, or whatever that may be. I just can find so much love in looking at myself now, because I know that somebody loves me, man. I can show love to somebody. Give me an opportunity to speak to you. I don't care who you are. I'm sure you're gonna find some love in my heart on the hardest conversations. Because I've been almost to blows with some cats, and we'd be best of friends. But like after the shit settle, when you get to the man part and you realize that, okay, this is not necessary. We're both in a higher dimension. You didn't realize that you were God. You didn't realize that I was God. We didn't realize that we were God. Now we understand from getting into a common vibration that lowered the negative stuff. And that's when we come to terms with knowing that's me. Because then you start realizing how much you have in common with people that you really, you know, thought you didn't, because it could be for whatever reason. And that's really something, because it's in our culture like that. Like we pit to do that, man. Cats look just like us. We don't like them because we can't stand what we looking like. We can't stand what we see in the mirror, obviously. But we be in the mirror like we think we look good and all of that. But we see another dude look like us or got anything, we don't like him. Like on some natural, like looking at him, like you got to figure out if this cat gonna like you before you even give him some like balance, respect. Like it's crazy how we've been out here, washed like that. And when you go to different places, I travel a lot, and going to different coasts, all the way from the West Coast to the South and to the Midwest, and then just all up in Oklahoma, and seeing how we man, come on, we got work to do. We just got to get to the youth, man.
Big bruh. Big bruh.
Yeah.
Hey, I gotta jump up off here. I got my cousin over here. I wanted to get on here and pop it
Okay.
with you and the fam, man.
That's what's up.
Uh,
You here, man? We glad
whenever you,
you came.
whenever you, I enjoyed it, man. It was food for thought. We popped it. Uh, Whenever you want to get up here, man, we can do this anytime.
Okay. Well, yeah, Ruler got some interesting stuff that he wanted to bring to the table. I think y'all were speaking about it, but some good topics and everything. We just got to get to it, like right things that like matter. We could do some reactions too, man, because what we could react to, the things that we could react to, could really assist people in some different frame of thought. Because I don't see it. I look at these reaction videos, and I'm not on the gossip part. I see the flaws, and I see the situations that could be potentially looked at differently a little bit if we could just have a different perception instead of everybody, basically feeding the same thing, feeding the same narrative and constantly building up that. Man, it's a cure for everything, man. It's a cure for everything. And you can see it when you looking at these people and you watching them, you can see the cure, bro. So yeah, but all is well. I'm grateful that you showed, man. I'm grateful that you came. We family.
Tell Ruler if he running it a little bit later, like 8 o'clock, I'll jump on here and pop it with him.
Yeah, we can pop it back up. Let me see. I got this seminar tomorrow. We doing the Billy. Are you familiar with Billy Carson's God Power seminar?
I know the name. I might have. I had to see it.
Well,
I had to see him.
Okay, so he having a seminar tomorrow, and it's live. It costs $150, and it's gonna be like 10 hours. Him and Dr. B Serious, right? It's called a God Power seminar. It's a God Power blueprint, but he's bringing the spiritual aspect of how to do these LLCs, these trusts, how to create a bank within.
What is that gonna be on?
It's gonna be on Eventbrite. I'm gonna send you the link, and it's something that
send me the link.
I'm suggesting everybody that can go should go. And it's a thing that if you can get any of your homeboys, any of your family, my whole family gonna be there. And it starts at like 8 o'clock in the morning.
I'm about to send me the link and I'll shoot it to my partners.
Yeah, I'm sure gonna send it to you. And it's something that man, look, man, all I'm saying is for us to get in the consciousness of who we are. And these are brothers that actually are multi-millionaires in the sense of the wealth physically, but they're spiritually trillionaires because they have unlimited success in the sense that they want to share. They want to, and what they charging for this seminar, bro, like you don't get this kind of information for the type of time that you get with these type of individuals. When you get off, before you even go to the seminar, I'm going to send you that link on your text, but go to Billy Carson.
Make sure, so if you can, send it to me tonight. That way I can forward it to my partners.
As soon as we get off. I'm going to send it to you as soon as we get off. I'm going to get on my phone and do
Guarantee.
it. Yeah, but all is well. Much love to you, family. You know what we do.
All right, big bro. Much love to y'all. Salute y'all, man. Y'all keep it what it is.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes, sir. Appreciate that.
All is well. Love. Yep. So good to have Acacia on. That's what's up. I'm grateful. You want to say something else? Yeah. What's up? You want to say something? I saw you had blinked out, but all is well. Okay, he gone. Yeah, but we good. We good, y'all. So there's a minute. I always appreciate y'all for showing up. But it was just a quick jump in because Acacia and I were speaking on the phone. We was like, we need to be more sincere in our actions, and we just wanted to jump in and say, okay, what does sincere in your actions actually mean? And that's just, committing to yourself to be, your word meaning everything, whatever you decide to do, follow through with it. Just do what you're supposed to do when it comes down to yourself. Because if you want, the more love you pour into yourself, guaranteed, the more love you will receive from the universe. Because the universe is controlled by you in the first place. Collectively, you and all the other, visions that you can see, all the other energy fields that you see. We're all one, making this thing jump. So let's go, y'all. It's love, it's peace. I love every last one of y'all. Anybody that's tuned in or sees this live, please like and subscribe if anything moves you, but the love and the sincerity is there. We here. It's time to go forward. The year of 7. We are truly abundant. I am Source Energy, God King Malik, God Coach King Malik, with my God Kings, with my young God Kings, and I am grateful that you all shared. I am one of the universe's most important and best examples of unlimited love and eternal power, and I play no games.
And so it is.
So it is.
So it
All
is.
love, family. All right.
All love to everyone.